Hi YouTube. Okay, so it's been a while since I made a YouTube video. I think the last one I made was my first real one, and that was like a month ago. So I know I said I wanted to start making more frequent YouTube videos, and I've kind of been failing. And the reason is because I've been traveling so much. I went to Europe for 17 days, and then I went to Maryland to go visit my grandparents. And then I went to Havasu. I actually just got back like a few days ago. So literally I've been everywhere, and that's why it's been kind of hard to make these videos. But this video is going to be mainly about how I detox after traveling or big trips. And when I was in Europe, so I was there for 17 days, like I said, and I was in London, Paris, Florence, Venice, Rome, and Madrid. So I literally went everywhere and I had an absolute blast. I ate everything. I drank everything. It was so much fun. Yeah, definitely a trip of a lifetime. My husband and I walked 140 miles, like collectively, if you put the whole trip together. So it was just like this crazy, amazing trip. But I'm ready to be home because I'm tired and I'm just ready to be home and relax. So, like I said, this video is going to be about how I do my detox after a trip, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so when you are traveling and when you're eating a lot of things that are inflammatory, you're drinking, you're eating sugar, you're not sleeping that well, your body kind of goes into this state of shock in a way where it starts getting inflamed and you start getting issues. For me personally, I have a lowered immune system, so I tend to get issues faster than others, I think. So I kind of wanted to list off what I was going through. I wrote a list here so I didn't forget, but I was definitely inflamed. I was bloated. My face was puffy. My eyes were red. I actually had rashes on the outsides of my eyes, so that was something new that I actually haven't experienced before. I was sneezing like no other. Like literally in every country I went to, I sneezed probably like 300 times in each country. It was just like, what the heck is going on? I did not understand what was happening. I had water retention. My ankles were swollen. I couldn't think well. I had like crazy brain fog, and my skin was dull and dry. I literally woke up and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I literally look 10 years older than I do right now. So I'm not sure why that is. Maybe dehydration. I was trying to drink water and stuff, but yeah, like when you stress your body out like that, even with diet and, you know, lack of sleep, you can seriously age yourself. And sugar actually ages you as well. So, and I was eating a lot of sugar, and I actually completely noticed it in my skin. It was terrifying. Okay, so basically I came back from my trip. I was like, all right, I seriously need to do something because I feel like absolute crap. I know I did some damage. I'm seriously suffering and paying for every glass of wine I drank or piece of gluten that I had because I'm celiac, and I was like, you know what? I want to have some gluten. So I ate gluten, and I really shouldn't have, but I actually don't regret it. It was really an amazing trip, and I'm super happy I got to experience all the food and culture that I did. When I got back, I decided that I wanted to do a bone broth fast. So a bone broth fast is when you drink only bone broth for a certain amount of time. For me, I only did it for one whole day. And the reason why I decided to do a bone broth fast is because it really gives your body a break, and bone broth is absolutely amazing for healing your insides, for supporting your body in multiple ways. It has vitamins, minerals. It's literally liquid bone, which is crazy to think about, but it's so good for you. So I did my dog's eating right now. I don't know if you can hear him crunching, but so I did one day of bone broth fasting, and it really just kind of resets your body and just supports it in multiple ways. So I'm happy I did it. I've never actually done a fast before, or like a water fast or a juice fast or a bone broth fast. That was my first time, but I honestly felt like I needed to give my body a break from digesting food, because legitimately I think I ate like 6,000 calories like every single day. Oh God. Okay, so when I was doing the bone broth fasting, I also did oil pulling. And for those of you who don't know what oil pulling is, you basically take oil. I prefer coconut oil because I just think it tastes the best, but you take like a teaspoon or two of coconut oil and you put it in your mouth and you actually swish it around in your mouth for 20 minutes. And you can add essential oils into your mouth as well to kind of help supercharge that whole process. But the reason why I like doing it, and I think it's important, is because it pulls toxins from your gums. So your mouth is a pretty incredible area. I mean, a lot of disease can even just come from like issues with your gums and inflamed gums. Like, so, you know, if you are eating stuff, it's just things leak into your system easier if your gums are inflamed, or if you have gums, and this is not making any sense. Anyways, okay, so basically oil pulling just pulls out the toxins from your body. It's not just from your mouth, it's literally from your body. It's weird, you can just Google it. Another thing I did was I drank Dandelion Tea and Pau Darko Tea, and I'll actually show you that. Hold on one sec. Okay, so these are the teas that I like. You can get them at like Whole Foods and Sprouts. This is the Pau Darko Tea. It's super, super great for your system, for your body. It's great for everything. I love it. Usually, so if you watch my previous video, you saw that I have a candida overgrowth. So this actually helps keep the candida at bay and keep your symptoms at bay. So this is something that I really like using. Another thing that I used is the Dandelion Tea. So this just really kind of cleanses out your liver and your kidneys, and it just kind of like helps excrete toxins from your body. And I try and use this every day. Actually, not really every day, but especially when I feel like I just need it, I try and have at least one tea bag a day of this. Okay, so another thing that I do is obviously drink tons and tons of water. Like I just said with the tea, you want to basically flush out as much as you possibly can. So I drink a ton of water. I don't know how much, but you just want to make sure it's good quality filtered water. I actually have a reverse osmosis system in my house, so it's really easy for me to get clean and quality water. So that's just what I drink, but yeah. Okay, so after my full day, that's basically what I did the first day, and I still continued to do the oil pulling and the tea and drinking lots of water and lemon water for a few days after this as well. But then after I did the bone broth fast, I transitioned into doing smoothies for the majority of my meals. And the reason why I love smoothies so much is because it really helps give your body a break from digesting. And since I felt like I just completely forced my body to digest everything it shouldn't have on my trip, I really just wanted to support my body as much as I could and just help it. So I just decided to do smoothies. I'll probably be posting some smoothie recipes and kind of what I add in there in future videos, so stay tuned for that. Then I just focused on more whole foods, like very, very nutrient dense foods. I didn't go out to eat. I literally just wanted to stay home and kind of just, I keep saying this, but support my body with what I can. I ate lots of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower just to really help detox. It helps your liver and kind of get things moving outside your body as well. So that's just also a great way for detoxing, is just to make sure you're getting like all the most nutrient dense foods as you possibly can. Another thing is completely eliminating inflammatory foods. And this sounds totally not fun, but you know, not drinking any alcohol, no sugar, no gluten, no dairy, no soy. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, and I also actually took out grains as well, because grains have anti-nutrients, which means that the outer coating of grains actually prevent you from absorbing other vitamins and minerals from other foods that you're eating. So I just chose not to have grains in my diet for that time, and I usually actually typically don't really eat grains that much in general. I really just try and keep my carbs just nutrient dense and colorful, like sweet potato and stuff like that. Another thing I did was I added tons of fat. Fat good kind of fat is really, really helpful for your hormones. And when your body's out of whack, when you're inflamed, your hormones aren't going to be working properly. And when your hormones aren't working properly, that causes a whole nother slew of issues. So I really just wanted to make sure that I was adding in tons of high quality fat, like coconut oil, avocados, avocado oil, any sort of like coconut products, coconut milk, just like really high fat foods that just like nourish your body and really just keep everything working properly. And one of the recipes that I made that I tried adding to every meal was a cilantro sauce / dressing that I make. It's basically fresh cilantro, like a whole bunch of fresh cilantro, and you blend it with garlic, with some other spices, with avocado oil or olive oil, and it's literally, oh, you put lime in there. It's like cilantro lime sauce. It's so good. Oh my god. Excuse me. And I literally put it on everything because cilantro is so good for detoxing your body too. So I really just tried to incorporate that as much as I possibly could into my meals, and it made them taste better, and I knew it was just really doing great things for my body. So I love it. Okay, so some of the supplements that I used during this time period are really important. I honestly feel like I love my supplements. Some people don't take a lot, but I just like, if you've seen my Snapchat, you see that I just like take tons and tons of vitamins. I just really try and support my body. Even though my diet is nutrient dense, I still want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So I always try and include extra vitamins and stuff. But the supplements that I was taking, also glutamine. So I brought this over here. Glutamine, it is a amino acid, and this is in a powder form. And you can add it to water, to smoothies, whatever. And it's an amino acid that just heals and repairs your gut. So it's great. I honestly think, so when I had leaky gut like a year ago, I used glutamine to help, and I really genuinely think that it really helped heal some of my issues. So I really recommend that. It's what I used. Another thing that I did was I upped my probiotics too. So I actually take around 100 billion probiotics a day right now, and I upped my dose to 200 billion. So I just like doubled my dose just to make sure that my body had all the good bacteria, to get rid of all the bad bacteria, and that's what I did. Probiotics are amazing. I make sure to take them every day. If I can only take one supplement for the rest of my life every day, it'd probably be probiotics, just because it's so good for your gut. Okay guys, so another thing I did was take NAC, which is N-Acetylcysteine, and this is what it looks like. And N-Acetylcysteine, NAC, is just so good for detoxing your liver. It detoxes your liver, and it also supports your liver in so many ways. So I really like that too. I've been taking it for years, actually, every day. So I love NAC. I also took multivitamins and minerals, which I take every day as well, but I kind of just made sure those were a little higher. Gelatin too. So I add gelatin into my smoothies, and gelatin is super healing for your gut. A lot of inflammation stems from having your gut that's inflamed. So gelatin and glutamine are two supplements that I love and I use on a daily basis still to this day, and I have been for a year and a half now at least. Just because it's so beneficial and so healing for your body. And I also added digestive enzymes. I don't take them all the time, but since I felt like I did do some damage to myself on my trip, every time I'd eat like a meal that I felt like could be a little harder to digest for me, I just popped a couple of digestive enzymes. If you watch me on Snapchat, you know that I actually like pull them apart and like dump them in my mouth, because I just think it's faster that way. Anyway, so I add digestive enzymes, and then algae. So spirulina and chlorella is amazing for detox too. So I definitely eat probably about like 15 tablets of these a day. So they're great. They don't taste that awesome, but it's just amazing for immune system and detoxing. I love them. Okay, so there's a few other things that I wanted to talk about that kind of really help in detoxing your body. Aside from food and kind of what you do in your home, But I decided to not go to the gym for a long time. I actually have only been to the gym. I got back from my trip like a month ago, maybe a little over a month ago, and I've been to the gym maybe like 3 times. So to be honest, you guys, I really just felt like I needed to take a break and give my body the rest that it needs so it can heal and just kind of do its thing. I didn't work out when I was in Europe either, so it's been a long time since I've had a good workout, but that's okay. It's okay, because honestly, it's all about just listening to your body and like what it needs and what you need to do to really support your body. So I just decided not to go to the gym because I didn't feel like it was really going to support my body as much as I felt like it needed to. But another good thing is sweating. So, cause you want to like get out as much toxins as possible. So I didn't go to the gym, but if you have access to a sauna or a steam room, anything to help push out sweat and push out those toxins without like physically, pushing your body, that is amazing. So that's what I suggest. If you came back from a huge trip, you're struggling, you feel like you really did some damage to your body, just don't go to the gym. I say skip it. If you feel okay, like maybe go for a walk or something. I walked, but just focus on detoxing and sweating, but not really putting extra stress on your muscles or on your body. And so another thing that I do is detox bath. So another way to get your sweat on is to take a bath and you put a cup of baking soda, a cup of magnesium flakes, Epsom salts, and then I also do a cup of these like mineral salts that I get from Whole Foods. It's like this like tub of like red salt, and it's just like a bunch of minerals and stuff that's super good for your body. You make it as hot as you can and you just sit there for like at least 20 minutes and you just like sweat, and that's another way to get extra minerals while also sweating out toxins. And another thing that's super important is also making sure you're going to the bathroom, and this is probably not like the most like attractive subject, but colonics, hydrotherapy, coffee enemas, literally anything like that is seriously going to support your body. It's going to detox you. It's going to help your liver. It's going to get rid of all the extra junk in your system that just doesn't need to be there. And you're just going to feel great afterwards, and you're going to feel cleansed and ready to just like start fresh. Also, when I came back, I booked myself a massage because when you massage, it actually like drains your lymph nodes. It kind of gets things moving, stagnant blood moving. It kind of really just helps flush your body as well. So if any of you are in the San Diego area, I see Chris from liveunbroken.com. I've been seeing him for a long time now. No, I did not tell him I was going to be saying this. So if you guys need anyone for massage or active release therapy work, he is amazing, and he's in San Diego. So check out liveunbroken.com. I also saw my chiropractor as well, because when you're sleeping in different beds and weird positions, you kind of like get your body out of whack, especially if it's been like a long amount of time. Like for me, it was 3 weeks. So I just made sure I saw my chiropractor to kind of reset my body and get myself back to normal. If you're in the San Diego area, I love Accrue Health. They are amazing. They're awesome. They've really helped me with other things as well. It's amazing what chiropractic care can do, so I suggest checking them out too. And then my favorite thing to talk about is sleep. Oh my gosh, I slept forever when I came back. Literally, I slept forever. Sometimes you literally just need to not do anything and just sleep and rest and just really get your body back to where it needs to be, and just support it by rest so your body can heal itself on its own too. So honestly, I just slept as much as I could, and that's what I suggest other people do, is just sleep, because that's when your body repairs itself. And you guys just keep in mind, like, I don't really believe in these like fad, like, oh, 3-day detox, 7-day detox, 1-day detox things. Like, that's not something that I believe in or support. Detoxing is a daily thing. Detoxing is something that takes work, and it's a continuous thing. We live in a toxic world. No matter where you are, like, you're breathing air, you're eating food, contaminated water. It's everywhere, and you can't really you can't really escape it. So detoxing is literally a daily thing. That is just kind of what I do to kind of reset my body and kind of to get back on my normal track. And I'm really happy with how I felt during it, and I suggest other people try it out. Of course, talk to your doctor maybe to like make sure that the supplements are okay, but they're pretty safe, and I felt great on it. So yeah, guys, that's kind of what I did for after I got back from my trip. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, then ask them down below, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video.